I don't know about you, but I always have at least 10 demos downloaded to my PC at all times, and sometimes I have what I call demo days. That's when I sit down and work my way through the list, playing games, sometimes wishlisting them, and then uninstalling them so I can finally have my hard drive space back. This time, I happened to play a bunch of cool games that were pretty quirky, so let's get into it. Beastieball is basically Pokemon volleyball with a Cartoon Network art style. Already sold. But then, I saw that Lena Raine is doing the music. She's responsible for the Celeste soundtrack and is pretty great. So Beastieball comes to us from the creators of Chicory and Wandersong and has an estimated delivery date of December 2024 according to Kickstarter. I always love fun twists on sports games, and this one is super charming. The volleyball portion is turn-based. It's simple, but I could see it getting pretty competitive once you power up your beasties and gain new skills. Every beastie has unique traits, strengths, and weaknesses, and you'll be able to figure out different synergies and use them to strategize and defeat your opponents. But there's more to making it in the Beastieball League than just playing sports. You'll meet friends, rivals, corporate sponsors, and uncover an interesting plot. If you want something a bit more chill, then try out SUMMERHOUSE, a tiny building game about beautiful lived-in houses. No rules or restrictions here, just creativity. This really is more of a toy than it is a game, but creating my own little town was equal parts relaxing and satisfying. There are no goals, and everything just kinda snaps together perfectly, making you feel like a master architect without the degree. It's obviously gorgeous too, and this color palette really does feel like a sunny summer afternoon that's just begging to be soaked up. SUMMERHOUSE is supposed to come out sometime in 2024. Woten DX Traveler's Dream is a 2D puzzle platform imbued with the spirit of discovery. This is a genre that's near and dear to me, and the game really does uphold its promise of having tons of secrets. There are hidden caves everywhere and some tricky platforming sections too. And while I did enjoy the demo, what I'm really looking forward to is exploring some of these areas shown off in the trailer. Call me intrigued. The game is an expanded version of Woten, originally released as part of Humble Bundle's Humble Originals program, so it's great to be able to see the dev keep working on and adding to their project. I first heard of this one from Fury Forged, so go check out their video if you want to see more of the demo, or just go play it yourself. No release date just yet. But here's one that does have a release date. Home Safety Hotline. It's coming out in just a few days on January 16th and puts you in the shoes of a hotline operator. It's an analog horror type situation and gets very weird very quickly. You work at the Home Safety Hotline, which people can call to get help and advice for dealing with various pests and household hazards. Mold, mice, that sort of thing. But then there are the other types of unwanted visitors, if you know what I mean. When someone calls, it's your job to listen to their questions and recommend them a solution. And just remember, you will be held responsible for what happens. Super interesting one for sure. Plus, there are phobia toggles, which lets you disable images of common phobia triggers, including spiders. Speaking of spiders, this last one is called The Bugger, and it's already out. Welcome to Silicon Island, where you're the only programmer in town. You enjoy a simple life until one day your boss ruins it all with an email. He sends you some files to review, but your computer explodes and releases a swarm of bugs that infect the island. As the only programmer, it's your job to get out there and squash those bugs. It's one of those walk around, find stuff, play minigames, and talk to people type games, all wrapped up in a charming 1-bit isometric pixel style. Not much more to it than that. Those were some quirky demos that I played recently. Hopefully you found something that interested you, and let me know if you played any of them. If you're curious as to why I love demos so much, I recently made a video all about my thoughts on the matter. Check it out.